Studios tour trial. Where in just a few moments we're going to take all of you behind the scenes of one of the biggest and busiest motion picture and television studios in the Yeah, can you handle that? All right. Make sure you have your 3D glasses, because we're about to take you on a journey behind an actual working movie studio. Movies get made in Hollywood. Yeah!
It's nice all of us being here together.
You know what, Dustin Hoffman? I do think it's nice all of us being here together on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Once all the gates are down, our studio tour ambassadors are going to check that they are locked. We're going to get the thumbs up from our awesome studio tour ambassador Chandler, just like that. And we're going to be on our way. So wave bye-bye to the people on the side, because it's time for us to hit the road, Jacks. What you say? You better sing it if you know it, come on. Don't care if you do, cause it's understood. You ain't got no money, you just ain't no good. Well, that's why we hit the road, Jacks. Leaving the theme park behind to take you into the heart of our working studio. So let's get things started with our master of ceremonies, Jimmy Fallon.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Fallon. Welcome aboard the world-famous studio tour. I know what you're thinking. Why the tux? Well, we're celebrating our 60th anniversary. That's right, 60 years of glitz, glamour, and our own great white shark. As we celebrate our diamond anniversary today, we'll pay tribute to Universal's past and take you behind the scenes to discover why this studio tour is world famous. So whether this is your first visit or your 60th, get ready for fun, excitement, and an experience like no other.
Thank you, Jimmy Fallon. Now we're going to start the tour today by entering the Universal Studios front lot, because so many people think of us as a theme park, but we've actually been out here on this property since 1912 and making movies out here since 1915. So we're going to start the tour by driving down our movie timeline, where these movie posters coming up on the right, like Woody Woodpecker, represent just a few of the thousands of films Universal Studios has brought all of us in their over 100-year history. Now, the year above each poster, that tells you the year in which that particular film was released in movie theaters. And here's the cool thing about the Universal Studios tour your driver and I are so glad you decided to take during your visit today. Guys, most of the movies on these posters filmed right here on our studio lot that you're about to tour. So let's go through the history, shall we? Back on March 15, 1915, for an admission price, are you ready? Of 25 cents. Our founder, Carl Laemmle, invited the public out here to this movie studio to watch silent movies being made. Our guests would walk from set to set and marvel at the new technology involved in filmmaking. But with the invention of sound, that original walking tour had to come to an end. But in the 1960s, under the leadership of company chairman Lou Wasserman and executive Al Dorskin and Jay Stein, the idea of reviving a tour of this movie studio returned when the Great Line Bus tours originating in Hollywood made a stop at our gates. So on July 15th, 1964, the first of our red and white candy-striped glamour tramps took just 67 people on a 2-hour tour, and the world-famous studio tour that you're taking today, it was born, and look at us now. Studios in Hollywood. You have us, Universal Studios, Disney Studios, which purchased 20th Century Fox, Warner Brothers, Paramount, and Sony. But did you guys know we are the only one that can say we are a movie studio and a theme park at the same identical time on the same property? Here's a perfect example of that. How many people on our tram today think Harry Potter is a Universal Studios movie? It's not. Harry Potter was made by Warner Brothers. But does Warner Brothers have a theme park? You're welcome, Warner Brothers. So we're going to start the tour by driving in between the theme park and the movie studio. Over here on the right is Super Nintendo World, our newest theme park attraction. And over here, you have these buildings called sound stages that are almost 100% soundproof. While you're in the theme park, Hollywood is inside of these sound stages making television shows and movies. Now before we get too far along, let's go ahead and go over our safety rules for the tour today. Now if at any time during this tour you have a medical emergency, you need to use the restroom, you drop your cell phone off the side of the tram, you see that red cord above your head, you reach up and pull on that, our driver will stop the vehicle immediately and I'll get off and come back to assist you. If anybody has to pull that cord, it'll look like this. Please do us a favor and remain seated the entire time our awesome driver has the tram moving, keeping your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Actually, Frankenstein, there is no smoking allowed on board the tram, but you need to be prepared for loud noises like this. Oh, did that hurt? Fire effects, sudden tram movements, and I hope you didn't just get your hair did, because it's going to get wet on the tour. Guys, I'm kidding. The only people getting wet on the tour today are the people sitting in the blue seats. Ooh, that's all of you. Now this building over here on the right, Soundstage 15, it was used to film episodes of the game show Family Feud hosted by Steve Harvey. Yeah, and then if you'll do me a favor, when our driver takes you past Soundstage 16 coming up on the right, will you take a look at the reserved parking spaces for the cast and crew? Look at that. That building is currently being used to film an NBC television show called Boats. And do we have anybody on the tram currently watching Boats? Anybody? Somebody? All right, nobody. Thanks for supporting us here at NBC. Hey, but guess what, little kitties? Coming up on the right, you can see the minions from Despicable Me. Beetle, what they doing over there? Those minions are standing in front of Soundstage 19, which I kid you not, was used to make the Universal Studios movie Oppenheimer. That's the 11th movie to win Best Film Oscar for us here at Universal Studios, the same studio that brought you all the movie Ted. Everybody say, hey, Ted! Yeah! Now, if you'll do me another favor, when we pull forward, if you look over here on the right, now that's the escalator that will take you from the upper lot to the lower lot of the theme park. And how cool is this? While you're inside of the theme park that close, you see these cute little buildings over here on the left? These bungalows are actually offices where people create, write, produce, and cast television shows and movies. Because it's not uncommon for a cast to change several times before the movie is released into theaters. You all love Tom Hanks as Forrest Gump, right? But did you know this? The role of Forrest Gump was first offered to John Travolta. I know, I can't even imagine it. If he had taken the role, instead of saying, run, Forrest, run, you would have been saying, dance, Forrest, dance. Because you know he can dance. But take a look at Bungalow 5195. See that profile? That used to be the office of the incomparable Alfred Hitchcock, who never won an Academy Award. Isn't that crazy? He was nominated 6 times in the category of Best Director, but never took home the Oscar, which actually makes me feel better about myself, because I don't have an Oscar either. But that's it for the Universal Studios front lot, because
we're about to cross the imaginary boundary onto the back lot, where we have exterior sets for many outdoor scenes. Over the last 60 years, studio tour guests have seen these locations turned into big cities, quiet suburbs, even that guy's hometown. Yeah, that guy. For countless movies and TV shows. This is Universal's Metro sets.
Where most of what you and I see in the movies is based on Hollywood illusions. And here's what I mean. In the movie Bruce Almighty starring Jim Carrey, Universal Studios lied right to your face. They told you the character Bruce was living in Buffalo, New York. we wasn't. If you'll do me a favor and take a look at those houses on the right side of the tram, and then take a look at your monitors.
Place the dog!
I'm in the shower.
Inside bad, outside good. Inside bad, outside good. Oh, you're done now.
B-E-A.
Now you're going to be doing a lot of traveling just by sitting in those blue seats on our tram. Because from Buffalo, your driver, she's now taking you guys back to the future.
Welcome to the Courthouse Square. These sets were used to create Hill Valley in the Back to the Future films.
And they represented multiple time periods, 1985, 1955, and the far, far distant future, 2015. To this day, this is one of the most popular sets on the Universal Studio Tour.
That building on the left side of the tram, on your monitors, that's how it looked for the movie Back to the Future.
It was actually the back lot of the Courthouse Square that inspired the entire climax to Back to the Future.
I had scenes up in the clock tower on that ledge. This ledge about that wide. And I'm standing inside, looking at the ledge, and I already had vertigo. I just thought there's no way in the world, no way I'm going to stand on that. I was up there for quite a while. Of course, I had a cable.
Now your driver, guys, she is amazing. Are you ready to see where she's going to take you next? Well, simply by pulling forward and turning onto this next street, you're not in California anymore. In the words of Jay-Z and Alicia Keys, come on, sing it with me. You're in New York, concrete jungle where dreams are made of.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, you guys are so cute. Should I do it, Michelle? I hate to ruin it for you, but I'm gonna do it. Go back and rewatch Spider-Man 2. Remember that scene when Tobey Maguire shows up late to see Kirsten Dunst appearing in a play? Yeah, that scene wasn't filmed in New York City. That scene was filmed in California on this street in front of that theater on the left side of the tram. Because it makes a lot more sense to do the filming using this street than to tie up Manhattan traffic on a Saturday afternoon. And if I had to guess, I'd say the people of New York appreciate that.
This is actually my old neighborhood. I once got mugged over there by an old woman, tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, I'm walking here. Hey, it's cool guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
A little soft shoot for New York. Pachow, pachow, pachow. Woo, child, I felt like a rockhead, but I can't kick that high. Now, as everybody on the tram knows, New York, where we all just visited on this tram, well, that's the favorite stomping ground of Frank Sinatra, Liza Minnelli, Lady Gaga, and King Kong.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old. I wanted to become a filmmaker. Action! I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up an adventure. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses on you. Just put your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island.
Not only are we about to return, we have arrived.
We really put a lot of thought into the character and personality of Paul. He's so much more than a monster. In fact, he's not a monster. He is an incredibly majestic, ancient creature. He's a force of nature. He's old, he's wise, he's proud, he's fierce, and obviously he has a heart. The most important feature with Kong are his eyes. Kong's eyes are wonderfully expressive, they're full of emotion. His eyes are like a window into his personality and his heart. He's had an enormous number of encounters with his foes, the T-Rexes and the various dinosaurs on Skull Island, so he's been beaten up, scarred, chewed up, spat out by these dinosaurs at various times, and he wears the scars of a lot of ancient battles.
Now, I almost forgot to ask, Michelle, we didn't even ask, did anybody on the tram bring bananas? No? Uh-oh. Y'all just gonna show us? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see what happens. just inside of that building, looking at screens that stand over 40 feet tall and are over 180 feet long. But the original King Kong movie, it was actually made all the way back in 1933 by a company named RKO with a puppet that stood only 16 inches tall. King Kong has come a long way since then. And come on everybody, we're just getting started because your driver and I have plenty more to show you. So that street we visited earlier, that was New York Street. And then this street is what we call London Square. It allows filmmakers to create a bit of London, England, right here in sunny Southern California. You all are so cute. You know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ruin it for you. Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, was not filmed in London. That movie was actually filmed all over the state of California. And I just learned this myself. Did you know parts of that movie were filmed in the city of Tustin, right here in Orange County. Parts of that movie were filmed on the San Marcos Pass, which is located on Route 154, and even the Universal Studios back lot. Yeah, baby, yeah. Where we practically invented the monster movie genre with films like these.
Maybe we're trying to think of monsters.
Dracula, Frankenstein,
The Mummy.
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Now, a fan of those classic movies is a man by the name of Tristan Eaton. He's an artist who painted this beautiful mural for us as an homage to those classic Universal Studios horror films.
I'm a man, fan of the opera.
Classic films are just brilliantly made.
That Frankenstein image, flathead, bald. It's one of the great icons of the world. That to me was like the essence of the Universal horror film. I was just mesmerized.
Lon Chaney.
I remember the original Universal Studios Mummy movie really scaring me.
They still ring in our memories now, and we love them.
Now, Soundstage 30 on the left, you can see that sign painted on the outside of the building that's used to film the NBC Music Talent Competition show, The Boys. Now, here at Universal Studios, the whole reason we are a theme park is because of this studio tour that you're taking right now. So we started giving tours of the studio in 1964, and the studio has always featured attractions sprinkled all throughout the route, like this one that we added to the tour in 1974 over there on the left side of the tram. That's where we added an attraction called The Parting of the Red Sea, inspired by the classic Paramount movie, The Ten Commandments, starring the man on your monitors, Charlton Heston. Now, can you imagine being on the tram that day? Charlton Heston made an appearance at the studio tour to play Moses and part the waters for all of the guests on the tram. Take a look. The glamour tram seemed to drive right through the lake and give everyone on board a sea-level view.
Tell them they can walk on water. It's part of the tour.
That attraction was part of the studio tour years before we ever became a theme park. Now, here's what I love about having onboard video on all of our trams. When our awesome driver shows you a set piece or prop in person, I can then draw your attention to the monitors to show you how it was used. You make a really good team, Michelle. So here's what we're going to do. Michelle is bringing you to this area. So if you'll do me a favor and take a look around at the sets and at the cobblestone streets we're driving over, because I'd like you to take a look at this.
You, Eleanor Shellstrom, are dead.
Cool.
This location, the afterlife, come on. I have never ever seen this. You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here.
That building on your monitors, there it is in person, directly in front of us. This is where Universal Studios made the television show, The Good Place, starring Ted Danson and Kristen Bell. But you may notice that the yogurt sign is not on the building anymore. It's been removed and taken down. Why would Universal Studios do that? Any guesses? Whenever Universal Studios makes a new television show or movie, did you guys know they don't build a new set for each and every new single production? In fact, they have never built a new set, and here's why. It's the studio's hope and belief that when you and I are watching something, they hope that we're so busy following the story. Come on now. Who in the world is paying attention to the buildings in the background? I know I don't, because here's how the area on your monitors looked for The Good Place. You tell me, how crazy is this? 8 decades, 8 before The Good Place, here's how the same area looked for Frankenstein. Because there isn't one single person on the planet that ever watched an episode of The Good Place and said, "Hey, y'all, wait a minute, y'all. Ain't that where Frankenstein used to live?" Who has ever said that? Nobody. Now, in that first Frankenstein movie, Frankenstein has no dialogue. He walks through the entire film doing this. He says not one word for over an hour and a half, yet everybody on the tram knows his name. How cool is that? So we're going to try that out on the rest of the tour. I'm not going to say another single word, and let's see if you remember my name at the end. Oh, y'all think I'm playing? I'm not. No, I'm gonna keep talking because look at this. Michelle's gonna take you guys into a sound stage. Come on in, take a look at this. Now this building stays in its current condition 24/7, and it's used whenever anybody in Hollywood, not just Universal Studios, wants to film a scene that has to take place in a subway station. Did you guys know you can see this building on our back lot playing a San Francisco subway station in the Paramount movie Beverly Hills Cop 3 starring Eddie Murphy. Now this is used again whenever any studio wants to film a scene in a subway station. So it wasn't just used in Beverly Hills Cop 3. Take a look at your monitors. It was also used for a television show. Not ours.
Oh, they're sweet.
Whoa, hey, what is that?
That's the FBI?
What kind of nonsense is...
Human remains. That's it.
inside of that sound stage. It's so that when you leave our tour today, the next time you're watching a disaster movie, ta-da! Now you know how those movies get filmed, because here's how what you all experienced in person looks on screen. To the small New England resort town of Amity. Now that's the town you may recall that was scared by the crazy dinner habits of that man-eating shark, but not to fear anyone. Look, see, there's the... Whoa, what is that?
Get that man out of the water, now!
But I thought that was the shark over there with the ropes captured. Please tell me there isn't another shark in the water because... Look! Oh my gosh, that guy is screaming! Ew! Is that ketchup? What is that?
Clear the area!
Oh, dude! I didn't know there was another shark in the water. Oh, look, there he is, see him? He's over there pulling the yellow barrel. There he goes. Studio's most successful films of all time. What's the name of the movie? Exactly. Who on the tram said Finding Nemo? Jaws. Stop messing with me. Made outside in warm, hot, sunny Southern California, we are now heading into this classic attraction located out here on our Universal Studios back lot. Because today on the tour, the driver and I, we wanted to show you all how weather effects get created for the big screen. Creating weather effects is very challenging for filmmakers. So here to tell you all about this attraction is the NBC Today Show co-host and weather anchor, Mr. Al Roker.
Time for my favorite part of the tour, weather. When it comes to film and TV, it is truly a special effect. In fact, to demonstrate how weather effects are created, we visited our first major attraction here on the studio tour way back in 1968. Of the back lot with a 100% chance of rain.
Thanks, Al. This is how Hollywood would go about making a classic like Gene Kelly singing in the rain, even if they were making that film on a day like today when it isn't. We use overhead sprinklers hidden from the camera's view, so when you shoot the water straight up in the air, it falls like Mother Nature's natural rain. And as everybody on the tram knows, in the state of California, if you get too much rain, you end up with this weather effect.
The flash flood.
And here's how what your driver and I just showed you in person looked on the big screen for the movies. Anybody on the tram know the name of this film?
You can't outrun the wolf, kid! Can't worry about that. Hang on, funny folks!
And that's how that scene was filmed. But right now, your driver and I, we're about to show you some of the oldest sets still standing on our property. Now, back in 1915, people would come to this area, sit on bleachers with their boxed chicken lunch they had just purchased for a nickel, to boo the bad guy and cheer the good guy, all while watching a silent Western movie being made right in front of their very eyes. Now, for those of you on the tram too young to know what a Western movie looks like, because they don't really make them anymore, here you go, cowboys and cowgirls.
Things up here. That I am.
Jerry, you hit that man.
Mine hit the ground first. Mine was taller.
And how cool is this? Because Universal Studios reuses the same sets they already have over and over again, those sets, I just showed you how they were used back in 1915. Did you guys know you can see those same identical sets in the Quentin Tarantino movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt? That film is about a Western movie star and his best friend, who was also his stuntman. Makes sense.
The Jaws ride was almost the inevitable result of the size of the box office when Jaws first opened in June of 1975. And that was really the first time I ever got involved in the creation of a ride. It was a great honor to be invited into a creative circle of tremendous designers designers at Universal that were trying to figure out how to replicate what the movie had done to audiences in a real way by building a physical shark that would come out of the water and terrify tourists as they were sitting in the tram. And the most amazing thing about the Jaws ride is it is exactly as it was from the time it was first placed on the Universal lot. There have been tweaks, of course, over the years, but it is essentially what the designers and myself all envisioned and created. I'm done bashing the shark. Thank you, Jaws, for everything you've done for me. But I will say, consistently, the shark did work much better on the tour than it did in the Atlantic Ocean in 1974.
Now this house coming up on the right side of the tram at the top of the hill has been on our studio back lot since the 1980s. But today, I'm about to show you how you've seen that one single house on the right many times over the years. Because after all, in the movie Beethoven's Fifth, who was paying attention to that house? We were all looking at the doll. And speaking of houses, you may recall that the Lion Estates was where Marty McFly lived in our Back to the Future trilogy. You could live in the home of tomorrow today. One of the executive producers of our movie Back to the Future was Steven Spielberg. But did you know that Universal Studios' relationship with the Academy Award-winning director goes all the way back to when he was just a teenager?
My entire career began with my relationship with Universal Studios just as a high school kid on a tour bus. Remember, in those days, there weren't trams, there were buses called the Gray Line Tour Bus. And I was so excited and thrilled to be on the lot. This was my first time ever on a movie studio lot. And during a bathroom break, I hid in the bathroom, and when everybody left to get back on the bus, I waited another 15 minutes until I'm sure the bus left, and then I had the entire lot to myself that day.
Can you believe he did that to us? Now, there are so many different elements that have to be thought about when you're making a movie. For example, what kind of car should my main character drive around in? Some memorable picture cars like Bumblebee from Transformers. Now, we were talking about Spielberg, but Universal Studios has also worked with Alfred Hitchcock. So take a look at two of the most famous sets still standing in all of Hollywood, where you can see our replica of the landmark Hollywood sign. Over here on the right, you got the Bates Motel, and at the top of the hill, yeah, that is the house that was used to make the Hitchcock movie Psycho. Those stairs leading up to the house, those are the same identical stairs actress Vera Miles is climbing in this scene from the movie. She's making her way up those stairs from the Bates Motel because she's hoping to speak with Norman's mother and ask her, "Have you seen my sister? Where's Marion? Where is she? You better tell me, Norman." Whoa, guys! That's him! So let's try something. Maybe if we're nice to him, he'll be nice to us. So how about if on the count of 3, we say, "Hi, Norman." Are you ready? 1, 2, 3!
Hi, Norman.
Oh, whoop, that didn't work. That didn't work. Okay. Now, just beyond the iconic Psycho house, take a look at one of the most impressive movie sets ever built for the making of a film.
Perfect. for the set. It is all designed around the vision that Steve had. He said, yeah, to sit down and talk about the world. I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
Now, in case anyone on the tram today was wondering, oh, the answer to your question is yes. That's a real airplane. And here's how this set looked on the big screen for the movie War of the Worlds.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep your eyes on me. Listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? See them closed? Robbie, get in. Get in.
And that's how you make a movie in Hollywood, California.
What's up, Studio Tour? I'm Kiki Palmer from Jordan Peele's film, Nope. What's a bad miracle? Well, you'll have to see our movie to answer that one. Until then, I hope you enjoy your visit to Jupiter's clay.
Did you see a UFO in that cloud?
Yeah. No.
I ain't never seen nothing like this.
Are you ready? Oh, yeah. No. No. No.
Hell no.
No.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible mission and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Planet, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky and Jude Park. Over there, looking to the winking room, have your picture just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Show. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? What? A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. So live. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy, rush frontier town lies a city. It is smack dab in the center of the European hotspot. What's a bad miracle? You're going to find out. Welcome to the world of New York.
Aliens are landing. They're coming for the people in car number 4. Bye-bye, car 4. I'm kidding! Car 4 is still back there. Because Jordan asked, what's a bad miracle? Well, I don't know about any of you on the tram, but I don't want to hang around there and find out. So I say we get out of that area fast. But because we're Universal Studios, come on now. We're not just going to leave that area fast. We're going to do it fast and furious.
This is Agent Novak with an FBI alert about individuals who are not authorized to be involved in the witness protection operation I'm heading up with my FBI team. Be on alert for Dominic Toretto.
Oh, I'll be on the alert for him. Real.
Known to have broken laws throughout the U.S. and around the world. Despite his checkered past, Toretto and his crew were recruited by Agent Lou Cobbs to assist U.S. diplomatic security missions and was granted pardon for crimes.
Hobbs acts as a statue. Shaw for a while. Brought you in our secret spot. Having a few friends over, it's a little messy.
Pierce, FBI, don't move.
Him?
That's right, party's over.
You know how long I took to iron this shirt, man? I'm not...
You're under arrest right now.
Ladies, just back up a little bit. Got it. It's lightweight. First of all, I don't work for you.
Oh, really? Well, tell me, Roman, who do you work for?
We don't work for nobody. I suggest you clear out of here, otherwise we can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours. Hobbs, escort this novice out.
Let's go, Cookie Puss.
That ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family will protect you.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You didn't shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm in the middle of tonight.
See what I'm talking about?
Call you back. It was on vibrate. Shaw traced us. Hobbs can't hold him forever. Letty, Roman, we're up. Driver, move that vehicle. It's about to get real interesting. My Mona Lisa's all warmed up right next door. Roman, grab your truck. I need you and Letty ready to roll.
I'll tell you who I am, boy. I'm the reason bad guys use a nightlight. I'm the reason the boogeyman begs his mama to look under his bed. And I'm the reason we just lost control of this whole thing. My name is Special Agent Luke Hobbs of the U.S. Diplomatic Security Service. And as of 16
Which one of you is the witness? Speak now, or you all get fried!
This is our turn.
After them!
Okay, guys, it's showtime. Roman, Letty, hook him up.
I got the bull by the horn!
Now we're moving.
I've got company! Witness is mine, Letty!
How about you, you asshole?
Don't think you're getting away!
Way to go, Larry.
Drone climbing up the missile shot!
Not gonna happen. Don't worry, I got this.
Roman, don't shoot! Head from the bridge! Under construction! Everybody hold on!
Hit the entrance. Ride or die.
We will forget this. That's how we roll. We do it like this.
That's what too, yeah. That's not like what?
Hell of a job, everybody. You protected the witness and you can resume breathing.
You know it's crazy out there. You guys ride hard. Respect.
Now, my Mona Lisa got messed up a little bit, but it's all good. We got through it. Y'all held us down. Appreciate it.
They say the bigger the family, the stronger it is. You guys did good out there. And you're welcome to join our crew anytime.
On behalf of our driver, Michelle, your tour guide, myself, Adrian, and all of us here at Universal Studios Hollywood, we sincerely hope each and every one of you on the tram today has enjoyed your exclusive behind-the-scenes Hollywood movie studio access. But more importantly, that you'll never be able to look at movies the same way again.